Dr. Gregory Jantz is a best-selling author of over 45 books and the founder of the Center A Place of Hope, voted a top 10 center for depression treatment in the U.S. As the pioneer of whole-person care, Dr. Jantz is known as the messenger of hope. Now the nation's expert on anxiety, depression, substance abuse, relationships, trauma, and PTSD, here is Dr. Gregory Jantz.
Maybe you've heard it before, the word imposter, the imposter syndrome. What on earth is the imposter syndrome? Hi, it's Dr. Greg Jantz as a counselor. I think I've seen this before. And so I'm diving into this topic of imposter syndrome. It is a silent struggle, and I made a note here that it affects a lot of what we'll call high achievers. I mean, you may have experienced this, feeling that you're a fraud, a feeling that, well, I don't really deserve this, or I don't deserve this success. The imposter syndrome. And it's really not a reflection, and I share quickly because I want to really honor your time, so I'm going to pack this in here, but it's not about your intellectual abilities. It's not about really what you've done intellectually. It is about your thinking. It is about right thinking, and it's a mindset that we can change because there's a faulty thinking, and sometimes it ties into our past, our past trauma, past messages, maybe emotional abuse messages that said, you're never going to amount to anything, you're never going to be up to your sister, your brother, or so-and-so. So imposter syndrome is that feeling, again, that you're not competent or capable of others as you believe to be. Now, despite evidence that you are capable, you feel like I'm not. I don't deserve this. Didn't deserve this award. So there's a sense that, I'm a fraud. That's the feeling. That's the self-talk. All right, here's some common signs just to be aware of. The fear that others will find you out. If they really knew me, they would know. I was just lucky. I don't deserve this. There's the fear that you're going to find out that I'm not as qualified as I think. The tendency to attribute success to, again, luck or just timing, rather than your good old hard work. There's a constant pressure to prove yourself, even when you've achieved great things. I have to keep proving myself. Now, understanding the imposter syndrome, it's a common experience, and the first step, there's a first step in overcoming it. Let's talk about that. And it doesn't mean that you're talented or you're undeserving. It just means your mindset, your thinking, this up here cognitive function, that part of our brain, executive function, where we're supposed to think right things and make good decisions, it gets off sometimes. So let's talk about a few actionable steps that you can take to really begin to unwind that sense of the imposter syndrome. And I'll tell you, as a counselor, and here at the Center, A Place of Hope, we've certainly have seen this many, many times. And this is a situation where a person, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this. And that's the repeating message. So number one is acknowledge your success. I think sometimes we need to write it down. The imposter syndrome thrives when we dismiss our accomplishments. It takes time to truly recognize and celebrate what you've achieved and remind yourself that you've earned it. Make a list of recent successes, whether big or small, and take a moment to reflect. Just reflect. Again, have a journal, write it down, but take a moment to reflect. And, sometimes I go, well, that's not a very big achievement. Write it down. Write it down. It's amazing how much we may discredit or diminish our accomplishments. All right, number 2, reframe your thoughts. I made a note here. Instead of attributing success to luck, we can have gratitude. There's times that we may even feel a blessing, and for some you'll feel like, well, this is a blessing from God and I still don't deserve it. So as you look at this and go, okay, I'm going to change, I'm lucky here, to I earned this and I feel very blessed, and I'm going to be a blessing to others. I worked hard, I earned this, I'm going to be a blessing, and I'm going to bless others. That's a whole different framework. So we want to practice that negative self-talk with really, truly the positive and empowering affirmations. Number 3, share your struggles. Now, you're not the only one who is feeling imposter syndrome. High achievers oftentimes feel this, and they feel isolated in their doubts. Talking to someone you can trust can help normalize these feelings and provide support. All right. Now, open up to a friend or a colleague about your experiences. You'll likely find that they've probably struggled similar. So we've got to be able to talk about it. And again, there's the danger if I talk about this, well, maybe I'll be bragging. That's not it at all. Not it at all. All right. Number 4. And again, this is our quick overview, our fast podcast. Set realistic expectations. All right. Nobody's perfect. And perfectionism is a key driver behind the imposter syndrome. I wasn't perfect. I didn't do it perfect. So begin to embrace the idea that mistakes and setbacks are a part of growth, but and acknowledging that I'm not perfect is also part of growth. Adjust expectations to allow room for mistakes, that'll allow room for growth. And then there's something we call self-compassion. The same kind of compassion and care and understanding that you would give another person, you're going to need to give that to yourself. All right, finally, number 5. There's a time where we need to seek professional guidance. Sometimes the imposter syndrome can create a lot of anxiety that doesn't go away, a lot of depression that doesn't go away, and it can deeply impact our lives and our careers. It's holding you back, causing significant distress. And working with a therapist can provide valuable tools for managing this. If imposter syndrome is interfering with your personal or professional life, you've got anxiety, depression, and sometimes we do escapism or self-punishing behaviors, then we need to have a situation where we are going to be willing to seek a professional to walk it through. And imposter syndrome, I mean, we could go on and on, but I'm just giving you the core points that you need to know. And if I say imposter and you really connect with that, then probably applies. All right. And here's the danger for future. It may hold us back. And I want you to take the word optimistic, take the word optimism, and optimism can, how you see your future. You have an optimistic, hope-filled future, a future and a hope. And hope comes when we have a plan. And sometimes you feel like, oh, I just fell into this luck. Okay. Be blessed and be a blessing to others. And if depression, if anxiety, or secret addiction has become a part of your life and it's not going away and you're still struggling because it's really that self-worth. It's what you're telling yourself. It's what you're believing about yourself. Ultimately, it makes us miserable. So as you take a look at this today, look at, okay, if I'm still struggling with depression, anxiety, and I've got those toxic secrets, and I feel on some level shame I'm ashamed. And I feel like I need to hide my success. Those are all indicators I need to reach out and get some more help. The imposter syndrome. Let's change it to the real, authentic self syndrome and live differently.